You know, we really do, because it's just, you know, just like all insurance, it's something that can happen, and it's better to be prepared to protect yourself, protect your home, protect your finances. So, and with flood insurance, they are very reasonable policies, especially in low-risk areas, which the government kind of determines for us. So it is something I would suggest that most homeowners look into, and business owners.
Are we a low-risk area?
Most of the valley is. There are some areas, or most of the state is, but there are some areas that are more high risk. Of course, those that are near canals and deep washes.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, and right now up on the screen we have a map of floodplains in Maricopa County. If you can explain to us what a floodplain is and what people need to know about that.
Well, floodplains again are determined by the government. FEMA, they have a program called the National Flood Insurance Program, and they kind of do all the mapping for us and work with the counties to do mapping all across the United States. And they mark these different floodplains, determining risk, how much your risk if you live in one of those plains. Could it be that your house is going to get flooded in your neighborhood?
Yeah, it looks like there's the green there. Looks like
yeah,
right
what
off
is
the
that?
101,
Green is
maybe
bad,
North Scottsdale area.
Well, it is. Actually, right here, these are about the McDowell Mountains right here. So that's kind of what that would be water coming off the McDowell Mountains. So anybody that lives below it, there's definitely a chance there.
Okay.
Again,
what about those lighter blue areas?
Lighter blues, these kind of follow along washes and riverbeds that could quickly fill up.
Okay.
And the corresponding colors, they have codes off to the side. If you want to go to maricopa.gov, everybody can look up their address and find out if they're in a floodplain or near it, and see how these color codes match up with the risk area, if you're a high risk or low risk.
So it should be relatively easy to kind of like see where you fall along here in the floodplains kind of risk levels.
Yes, yeah, and your insurance premiums will be based off of those risk levels. Higher risk, you'll probably pay a little bit more. Lower risk is they keep that cost low, but it's good for that protection anyway.
Yeah, I interviewed 2 families in the South Mountain area this week, and unfortunately did not have flood insurance and had a lot of mud and a lot of cleanup to do. So, I mean, what do you think the big takeaway is from this week's rain? I mean, people say it's never happened before. They don't know if it'll happen again, but it's maybe not best to toy with Mother Nature, right?
Exactly. Yeah, we don't know if it's going to happen again, and we don't know how long that is going to be, but again, it's always good to be protected, to protect your home. So I would definitely do this research and see. We learned a lot. We definitely learned an unfortunate lesson this last week.
Can you give us quickly an idea of kind of how much maybe that would break down to somebody, our average, you know, somebody in here a month for flood insurance?
Yeah, what
like
the
what's the
extra
average?
premium would be?
Well, actually,
if you're in a low risk area?
Low risk area, they typically start about $129 a year. And so an annual premium. Yeah, for a very low risk area, kind of a moderate sized home.
Okay.
And what about like the greens and the blues?
They will definitely increase, you know, depending on how that goes. Businesses can also obtain special flood insurance that usually starts around $600 a year.
Okay.
So even if you go to FEMA's website, which is floodsmart.gov, you can request quotes on there as well before you even sign up.
So that actually is a great tool for everybody out there. If you're curious about it, you can see how much it's going to cost you, and if you can afford it, might as well get it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, Nicole Farr, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate it.